So it does not have that much to do with free speech. And the reason for that is purely because this is not a criminal case, and you have to repeat this to everybody. This is a civil case. This is not a criminal case. It sets no precedent in a court of law. It doesn't set a precedent when it comes to the First Amendment. Those arguments don't matter as much in this case. It could set a precedent of people are more scared to report on sex tapes and sex scandals. And there might be cases, I was arguing on my podcast with Jason L. Baptiste, that there are some legitimate times, especially for major political figures or people who control the lives of millions of people. In this case, the number I think we all think is ridiculous, but it seems like clearly there was no real reason to publish this, and there was no real reason to do this. And part of the reason why they got such a bad $140 million judgment against them is purely because of attitude. Juries are emotional, judges are rational. That's why this will get overturned or dropped dramatically when it goes to the judges. But it's no surprise at all. But it doesn't have any long-term impact, in my opinion, on free speech.
Will it have a chilling effect in the journalism space? There are some journalists who've come out and said, hey, be careful, gloating in this situation. It's very easy to gloat against Gawker because they really have made it their mission to ruin people's lives in this, sort of Nick Denton's jihad, against hypocrisy. I know Nick Denton personally for a long time. He really is trying to find hypocrisy in the world and turn it into page views, and he has his own bizarre sort of mission in life that I think came out. I don't know if you've watched it, but it's very much worth watching the cross-examination of Nick Denton in this. Did you watch any of it?
I saw some of it.
I literally watched the entire thing. It was riveting.
Yeah.
It was riveting to me as his friend. And I shouldn't say we're good friends. I should say we're frenemies. But as somebody who knows him personally, I haven't seen him in person in a couple of years, but we've had lunch, whatever, 10 times in this life when we were competitors. It was fascinating to watch. What I knew at the time when I met him was a very unique worldview be put on trial. It's like you meet somebody in life and you're like, that person thinks differently than everybody else.
Yeah, I think part of it is why he is so good at what he, part of that is if you are an investigative journalist, you do have to have that bloodhound mentality of any whiff of something that's not right or something that's inconsistent, you gotta go and dig, and that's your job, is to be totally relentless. But yeah, I think in a situation like this where you look at, but is there any compelling reason for us to have to see Hulk Hogan's genitals and a video of can you think of any reason that that's in the public interest to reveal? And I do get the mindset of he's being a hypocrite. People need to know what this guy's really all about. But at the same time, it's so salacious and it's so unnecessary.